Hello and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Winona, and today I am be playing again the duo of Dakota and Phillip. I'm also today with the amazing, the wonderful, a great friend.
Every time. Spec. I'm Spec. I'm Spec. Winona, my beloved. God, I hug you so close. You
Uh,
are just as good, just as great. And I miss doing this with you. Man,
yes,
I've missed this.
same here. I miss this too, man. It's been a
Uh,
bit.
I'm gonna I'm gonna be playing. Not our normal. I'm gonna be playing little stormy boy this time. Timmy.
Yes. And who?
Oof. Oof indeed.
Yeah, especially when Dakota is currently looking for Timmy. Or at least not Timmy in particular. They are looking for both of the brothers. And they know in particular that one of the brothers lives in Villlestown and works as a painted lady. So say Dakota has been making their way to Villlestown on hoof because they are not attuned, so they can't jump cut. So it's taking them a little bit longer than say a normal tune. And they don't like using teleportation circles. They just rather travel and see the land. I mean, they can do magic, but it's the journey for them, you know.
Sometimes it's all about the journey.
Mhm.
Timmy can understand that one.
Yeah. And while they're making their way to Villstown and through UPA, they say they notice something in the distance. A
Yeah.
thunderstorm starting to brew across the plains. And, well, Dakota, because of Jubilee, has known that, hey, one of the brothers is attracted from thunderstorms. And they're like, it's a little bit off from Villstown, but honestly, they are here. They are here in the here and now, so might as well change of plans. Visit this brother first.
All right, I guess that's where I take over for a small little smidge.
Yep.
Um, it is definitely a thunderstorm brewing. The closer you get, the darker the sky gets, and the harsher the wind blows. And you're honestly very glad this is happening in open plains. You can safely assume this was not summoned by someone. This is a really big storm, but there's there's something, I don't know how do I word it, off. You know how the weather changes to fit tunes sometimes,
Yeah, to fit the
or at
mood.
least Philip might know that.
Dakota has lived long enough with tunes to know that
Okay,
too.
Dakota would get that. It's similar to that kind of energy. The Inkwell itself is making this storm, but there's a charge to it that makes your skins like makes the hair on your skin words that makes the hair stand on. I can speak. Thank you.
It's okay. It's
Stand on
okay.
edge. Um,
Yeah, though Philip is
do you
actually
want to
gonna.
make a perception?
But first, Philip is gonna make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
And he realizes something and stops right in his track. And he's like, Philip, what the heck? What the heck? And Philip neighs at Dakota. He's like, oh, you know, good idea. I didn't think of that. Breastplate, metal armor, lightning, usually not the best combination.
oh my god. I didn't plan on electrocuting you, but cool, got it.
So, but Philip would definitely think of it. Because hey, he's not omniscient. Looks like chaos.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so Dakota
he's
transfers their now normal breastplate armor with leather armor, and they stick it in their bags. Like, all right, anything else, Philip? And Philip neighs a little bit. and Dakota rolls her eyes. No, we'll have lunch after this. And Phillip then takes off towards the storm. And now I will roll that perception check.
Oh my god, we'll have lunch after. I literally would die for these two. God, I love them so much. Oh.
Nope. Let's see what Phillip sees.
Oh my god, that's a nut one. And then a 30-20.
Phillip is the
Really always.
Phillip always sees all.
God, I love Phillips. This gimmick is actually starting to be the death of me. I'm not gonna be
No,
completely honest.
I just realized this is the gimmick of these two, and I love it.
It's like actually becoming a gag, and it's making me so happy.
Yeah.
As you get farther into the storm and the rain picks up, you notice, Philip notices, bless you, Dakota, you don't.
Yeah, there's
You
rain
can't
in their
see
eyes.
shit.
Yeah,
It's raining. It's
Yeah.
there's nothing but rain and empty, and like this white sheet. It's just empty. But Philip, you notice standing towards the center of the storm, very calmly actually, holding a metal sword with his head up to the sky, is a red-headed toon with his eyes closed. And he is simply standing in the middle of the storm very calmly with his holding the sword at his side with his it's in a tight grip, and you can see that's a dirty 20. I'm giving you lots of shit. You can see a compass and a orb with like almost a lightning in it, like a mini thunderstorm itself inside the orb swinging from it. And around his neck is a light blue and gray bandana.
Philip perks up his ears as he sees this person and makes an assumption this is the person that we're looking for, because yeah, usually people don't walk into storms without a reason. And this particular kid looks very calm. And Philip gives it say alerts Dakota on this, and they eventually see him, and they just sort of say they're not very sure what he's doing since he's just closing his eyes and stuff. They probably get closer into like eye shot range, but they sort of stay their distance for right now. Just
Let me make a perception. You keep
just
going.
yeah, just out of curiosity, they're like, is he preparing to do something?
He is quite literally just standing in the storm. I swear I have reasoning behind this. And he stands there very calmly. And do you want to make like a stealth or something? Because that's a 10. I don't know. Would he sense them?
I mean, what's his passive?
His passive is a 14.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Let's say that doesn't beat my passive for. Let's
Okay.
say it wouldn't beat my passage for stealth. So yeah.
Okay. He as they get closer, he tilts his head very slightly and it opens a single eye, and he looks at you. And you see his brows go down, and a bit of violet enters his bandana, and it creeps up on the edges, replacing the blue but not the gray. And he looks at you before taking a small step back and raising his sword. And he doesn't speak at you, but there is that question of, what are you doing here?
Yeah, it's just like they're standing a ways away. They look back at them and notice the defensive stance. And Dakota's like, no need to get in a huff. I'm just storm chasing.
Is that where Timmy can hear?
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Mhm.
Timmy The kid gives a laugh and goes, "Most people don't go chasing these kind of storms."
Dakota smiles. I'm not the normal kind of person.
The energy of this is gonna be what? God, God, I can already sense the sass. Uh, the kid tilts his head a bit, and I'm gonna make an insight. God, I love Timmy. That's an 8. Okay, glad to know he's in character at
I
least.
mean, you
Um,
can tell that Dakota ain't afraid of shit.
God, they, God, I would go to my beloved. Just sorry, I'm fine.
You can
I'm
at least
fine.
get
I'm
that.
fine. I'm fine. He doesn't lower his sword, but he definitely tilts his head a little bit more. Huh, I can guess that much. I mean, you're still standing here. I'm guessing your steed is not terrified either of the storm.
He's seen worse.
Eh, You do this often? They're so casual. I love it.
Yeah. Dakota shrugs. Whenever I do see a storm.
He gives a little laugh and lowers his sword down. Well, I guess that makes two of us.
What's your name?
There's a pause and hesitation before a smile. Timmy, and yours?
My name's Dakota, and this is Phillip, and Dakota pats Phillip, and Phillip gives a little neigh.
Timmy's gonna cast a spell.
Mm-hmm.
Timmy's gonna cast Speak with Animals.
All right.
He gives a tip of his head. Well, it's nice to meet you, Dakota. And you as well, Philip.
Phillip pricks up his ears. I see you know the spell Speak with Animals. Nice to meet you as well.
I've known it since, well, as long as I can remember. It's probably the first spell I knew.
Hmm. If I say, Phillip cocks his head. Are you a ranger boy?
Ah, mostly. Wasn't originally, but my mentor taught me everything. He says that. Actually, do you want to make an insight on that?
Yep. Let's see. Your insight is really good, Dakota, but I say that. I mean, pretty good.
The pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he he says the word mentor with a slight wince. And although his smile doesn't falter, you can tell that's a loaded word.
Dakota gives a cock of the head at that. Do you not like him?
That's where the deception comes in. That's pretty decent. No, that goes over the insight.
Mm-hmm.
No, I really like him. And he says with a laugh, honestly, the probably the best person in my life right now.
Hmm. Curiosity, who taught ya?
Uh, God, um, you can. That's a 15, so we can't stretch it all the way. You see him pale a little, and with the sword now lowered, you see his free hand start to fidget slightly with itself as he runs his thumb over his fingertips. Um, the Raven. I, you probably heard of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard of him. I'm a ranger too, so yeah.
You are? Wow. And he actually perks up a bit.
Yeah, must be a high honor to be able to teach under him.
I'm gonna carry over that insight. Unless you want to roll again and see if you can get higher.
I want to see if I can get higher. I'm a little greedy thing. Oh, that's a
Oh
nat
my
20.
god! You watch as the blue in his bandana turns to a turquoise and violet with the gray now. And his grip on the sword tightens, and his smile stretches a bit too far, and he stiffens. And it's hard to tell at first in the rain, but you pick it up. He loses saturation. It's the highest honor one can have.
Dakota sees this and gets off Philip. Well, mentors are supposed to, at least from what I've heard, haven't had really many in my life, but they're supposed to basically help enhance the stuff you're already good at. I mean, they'll teach you a lot of things, but you don't have to be just like them, you know?
Well, there's a pause. I know that. He has, and he motions to the storm around you. This I wasn't always just a rain. I wasn't always had rangers. I was actually born with a connection to storms. He taught me how to take that and mix it with my ranger skills. It's a lot like his style, so it worked out. But he he's been help. He's been help. Everything I am now is thanks to him helping me.
I mean, they look at the sky and stuff. I'm pretty to say, is he around or
He. Are you asking me the player or Timmy?
Timmy?
No. He's off on his own adventures. I've as of recent, I've been kind of going out on my own, uh, learning things myself, gaining experience. He thought it'd be good for me to, get out of the place we used to train and make my own adventures or two.
Dakota nods at that. I mean, if you've been working on your powers and you can create a storm like this, I mean,
Oh, this isn't me. And he gives a laugh. He's like, that's a big common mistake. A lot of people think it's my fault, but I can't do this. I can't even summon a thundercloud by myself. I, uh, I don't know. Sometimes they follow me around, but normally I go after them.
hmm,
After all, they are my area of expertise, so they're just a bit nicer than the awful weather that is like, oh God, it's so hot when there's no rain and just the endless sun, but it's too cold whenever it's snowing. But when it rains, it's perfect. And you see a smile creep on his face.
Dakota sort of chuckles at his rambling. Well, maybe someday you'll be able to control yourself. I mean, I've been traveling for 8 years. 8 years, Philip, and Philip is not say, yeah, we've been let's say we've been here for around 8 years now.
That's and you see his eyes widen a bit. That's a long time. Are you good? And he says this with a concerned tone.
All right, now it's time for you to roll insight.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll that insight. Yeah. Come on, Timmy, my beloved. Do me good.
That's still pretty good. Dakota winces a little bit at that. I mean, good as I'll ever be. I mean, I say I've been traveling for 8 years. It's almost. I mean, it's just been you. It's just been me and Philip. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I mean, it's just been me. I'm used to being alone. And they're not say Dakota is very uncomfortable, and they say it's just like they don't want to admit that they do not like being alone anymore. They've already had the taste of the found. Instead, they have the taste of the found family, and they want to hold on to it.
Timmy is quiet at that, and he pauses and he reaches up and rubs the back of his neck. Uh, sorry for asking, but yeah, no, nobody should be by themselves for too long. It's not healthy. Uh, at least you have each other though. That's good. It's good to have at least one person with you.
Dakota smiles over at Philip as Philip comes over and like nuzzles Dakota. Yeah, always had Philip ever since I was a baby, pretty much.
Timmy smiles at that. Yeah, so I guess that means you two have known each other for a long time. Um, I'm guessing he's your companion? Ranger, you said, right?
Yep,
God, it's been a while since Raven brushed me up on that, but,
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster?
Yep, Beastmaster. And Dakota chuckles and smiles.
Timmy has a big smile at that for getting it right. Well, uh, I'm glad that you do have a companion.
Yeah, I'm glad too. Probably would have gone to say I know I would have one gone crazy and two never be here with Adam. And Dakota turns more towards Philip and gives him nice pet and he nuzzles her them.
God, I love them. I love both of them. I'm just hold gently, Your Honor. Um, Timmy just smiles at that. It's a really soft smile. And I'm gonna roll something. Do we do the shenanigans? No, not right now. Okay.
Dang it.
Um,
I want shenanigans.
just maybe soon. Okay,
Alright.
maybe soon. Um, yeah, he just smiles softly at them. He doesn't have much to say, but you do hear the thunder above rolling, and you do notice his bandana shifts a bit of the violet to a more the violet and turquoise to that light blue again. Still keeping the gray though. Still keeping the gray.
Dakota noticed that and they cock their head a bit. Are you one of those color changing tunes?
Let's roll deception. Oh,
Dang.
um,
I mean, Dakota. Dakota will contest insight just for kicks and giggles.
do it.
Nope.
Nope. That would have been awesome though if Dakota beat it. I'll let you roll an advantage if you want.
All right.
Whoa! Wow, that guy.
Nope.
Never mind.
Never
Never
mind.
mind. We
Yeah,
take
just
it
a
back.
14. Yes, just a 14.
We'll go with the 14. We'll go with the 14.
It's advantage, so 14 anyways.
Yeah. Wow. Um. Timmy blinks at that. And he smiles. Um uh Notice a smidge of violet in that bandana again. Um oh yeah, no. I am. I've been one as long as I know. And he gives a small tug on the bandana. Only part that changes color though. I'm not one of those fancy ones that like entire hair or color scheme changes. Uh,
I
just a bandana.
I was just I mean, sorry if I seemed possibly intrusive on that. I Just curious. I mean, we real kind don't show, well, any emotion other than, well, our faces, you know?
Yeah, most tunes don't either. I can't actually even remember the last time I met another color changing tune. They're
Yeah, that's
not.
why I. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's why I sort of asked. It probably was a bit
Yeah,
rude of me.
uh,
And they're blushing.
no worries. And he gives a wave of his hand. Lots of people bring it up. It's a very common conversation topic, actually. A
uh,
lot of people ask about it. A lot.
uh,
It's just not something you normally see, so they're curious. I can't blame people for being curious. Yeah, no, I definitely can.
yeah, especially when I basically just I mean, I don't know about you, but I roam a lot around a lot. I don't have a home per se, so yeah,
Y-
it's just it's
Yeah,
a
I understand that. Up until like about a day or two, I spent the past 2 years just kind of roaming around, mostly camping, but sometimes I got a hotel, did an odd job here or there, to pick up some money,
you're
better
like
too.
yeah, you're like me then. I actually don't like staying in inns. I like keeping Philip close, so I basically just live outdoors.
Hmm. I I honestly don't have a preference, but I can understand why you would. It's like I said, it's important to not be alone, and I don't understand why neither of you would want to. I understand why you'd want to be near people you worry about, and you can roll another insight if you want.
Yep. Dang Dakota.
You know what? I'll give you a fighting chance with my deception because I know my earlier one was high, but God, Timmy, talk about your emotions. Um,
Gosh dang it.
he says it real calmly and happily. He's just a concerned person for you.
Yeah, I. yeah, yeah. Say with that roll. Say, do you want to roll insight now?
I will roll insight now. This is just gonna be us going insight deception, insight deception, insight deception.
yeah.
God, I love these two. That's a nat one. There it is. I every game he gets at least one nat one on insight, and there it is.
You know what? Let's say let's see what Dakota has a -1 deception. So let's see if they crit fail. You know,
Oh my gosh.
Dakota, honey. Why? I mean, fair, but it's still
God,
higher. But still,
that's both of the. Wow. God, tip. God, just wow.
yeah, Dakota's like, I can understand that, and I feel that.
Timmy just nods. Timmy is a blind, stupid little idiot boy. I love him so much, but God, his mind's somewhere else right now. He's you can't see it with that 24 deception, but he is he's not quite completely focused on Dakota any for that in that one moment. So it it doesn't he doesn't pick up on it.
Mhm. Yeah, the thunder like starts to roll in again, and maybe they see a lightning bolt streak across the sky.
Timmy does not flinch. In
Neither.
fact, the lightning bolt could have struck. I don't know if you want this. The lightning bolt could have struck within like a 5 foot radius of him, and he did not flinch.
Yeah, though let's say give them a wisdom save from Dakota. Yeah, they do a pretty good job. They maybe hop away for like 1 second, but they're pretty unflinching too. It was more the case of like they're not electric proof.
Yeah, no, Timmy's holding a sword. Timmy is not flinching. He has a metal sword in his hand with a little stormy bottle in it, which is probably a big conductor for electricity in its own, and he's just standing there.
Whoa.
This kid, it's not even like it's a deception or persuasion. This kid legitimately has just no cares.
Dang, you weren't kidding. You are a lightning conductor.
He gives a laugh. Yeah, it's haven't been hit yet, so don't really get worried anymore.
I see. Kind of lucky in that regard, but even so, if you're so attuned to lightning, it may not even affect you if it does strike you.
He gives a laugh and says, "Let's don't want to put that bet down just yet, but who knows? Maybe one day we'll find out."
Maybe. Hmm. How you say? Have you ever ridden on a horse?
Timmy blinks and looks at Philip and then looks at Dakota, then looks at Philip and goes, and then back at Dakota and goes, uh, no, not to my knowledge. I don't really need one normally.
It's
So
it's quite the thrill. As Dakota starts to get up on Philip, riding through the storm.
I'm gonna make a deception, and it's not an angst thing. It's not an angst thing. I promise. That's a nat one.
That's a
Thank you guys for knowing exactly what I needed. Timmy can't even hide the sparkle that appears in his eyes. He is part Ghiblian. He gets that sparkle eyes. That sounds really cool. And he holds out a hand towards Philip as he puts his sword away in his hammer space. And he holds up the hand, and he's technically using the primeval awareness
Mhm.
thing, but he's along with the speak with animals, but because I'm going to say that's keep going.
Yeah, yeah.
But he
That keeps going.
has his hand out like, I'm approaching you. Tell me if you want me to stop.
Just get
And
on already, kid.
I'm trying to be polite. And he walks over next to them and then looks up at Dakota at them and goes, how do you get on one of these?
Here. And Dakota reaches out an arm.
Timmy takes it.
Alright. You know, for kicks and giggles, Dakota's gonna do this.
Please, I'm like, please do a strength roll. Please, I'm begging you.
Yeah, it takes a little bit. But Dakota, like, hips them up onto right behind them.
Timmy lets out a little yelp of surprise and then does his best to balance, and he kind of just sits there with his hands out to the side like, okay. And you can tell he with that nat one earlier for deception, he's a little flustered as he looks around. He's like, okay, this is tall. What
Dakota
now?
chuckles. Here, wrap your arms around my waist.
Timmy pauses before he very nervously does that, and I need to make a wisdom saving throw because I have a very special thing he does whenever he does anything similar to a hug.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see how he did.
Oh!
No, he instantly buries his face in Dakota's shoulder for a second before he props his head on the shoulder, and then he realizes what he did, and he just kind of sits up straight.
Yeah, you know, you're right there. Dakota has a very flushed red face.
He's a dork. He hugs people. He buries his face. It's literally in his canon for him. I made. They're idiots. Your Honor. I love them.
Yeah, Dakota's
I
like,
like to.
sorry, you go.
You go.
No, no,
You go.
no, no. You
You
what are
go.
you about to do?
I was just gonna say. I was like. I find it so just. They're sitting on this horse in like a middle of a giant thunderstorm. Like the wind is blowing. It is the rain probably hurts a little. It's cold, and they're just vibing. Your Honor.
Yep.
You go.
Yeah, Dakota's like, yeah, like that. Though you don't need to be afraid. I mean, he won't buck you off.
Yeah, that was definitely me being afraid.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, there it is, Your Honor.
Yeah,
God help me. Help
yeah.
me, please.
These are idiots, and I love them very much.
Um,
But Dakota gives a little kick to Philip's side, and he begins striding a little bit, just so Timmy can get used to the feel of riding a horse.
I'm gonna make a. What should I make for that?
Probably I would argue either animal handling or acrobatics, but with advantage because Dakota is helping you.
Both of them are +4, so it works out. Okay, nice. We get it. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna get average at best.
Yeah, and so
Makes sense. First time.
yeah, first time.
Timmy, Timmy, as he's sitting there, is trying his best to stay balanced. That's what ends up being his killer, is the balance portion of this. He is not used to this. Timmy travels by running. This is a very different experience from running. But it's also nice as the rain falls upon, but it's not as harsh as if he ran through the rain. Even though it's a thunderstorm, it's calming.
Yeah. Dakota probably could feel like his muscles tighten a bit as he like forces himself to try to balance, and they chuckles like, "Easy, Timmy. You gotta relax. Feel the motion of Philip as he moves."
We're gonna roll an advantage again. See if
Yep.
that gets better. Yep.
I mean, roll for the crit. I mean,
Okay, we didn't get a crit, but we got
yes.
significantly better over.
Mhm.
Timmy this time, he stops trying so hard to focus on doing it perfectly and just enjoys the moment of riding horseback, which it's a very fun thing to do.
It is.
He he smiles and he goes, "So this is how you travel all the time?"
I mean, Dakota smirks. We usually go a bit faster than this.
There's a pause before Timmy matches the smile. I mean, don't see anybody else on these planes.
Are you sure you can handle it, Sparky?
Excuse me? Who are you calling a Sparky? Thank you very. I need to think of an insult real quick. when your character's a lot better at this than you are. Thank you. You know he can't think of one because his player can't think of one. I am not a. You know what? Right now, I'll bet a gold piece on it. I'll be fine.
Are you sure? And
I
even
bet.
Philip is turning his head around and giving a little smirk.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I
The
bet a
last,
gold piece on it.
the last person who tried to, well, got a little big for his britches, got knocked off right away.
I know a couple people I think that'd be funny to see with, but no, I got this.
All right.
I face worse things on an average, so have at it.
All right, if you say so. And Dakota, without even having to like flip the reins or something, Philip rears up a bit as he then dashes and yeah, make an athletics.
Make an athletics. I'm gonna say a disadvantage.
Yeah. know
That's
what?
13.
Let's see, Philip. What's your strength?
I'm like,
Because
he's actually better athletics than anything else. Athletics actually is one of his strong suits.
he is a. Let's see. That it doesn't say that all the time. But wait, I need to calculate something. Oh, that's the spell save DC. Okay, and that even beats Stacy. Yep, you're able to hang on to him. Though it probably does catch you for like you just barely beat it. It catches you. No wait, that's a 13 because it's disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 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 for the charge attack, it's spell Stacy DC or be knocked prone. Yeah, it isn't right away, but he rears up and then you hold on when he rears up, but when he goes full speed, you fall off immediately.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Timmy gets knocked to the ground with the as he lays there for a second. And as he lays there in the rain, you watch as this grin spreads across his face. And for the first time that since you've been talking to him, some yellow creeps into that bandana as he lets out the loudest laugh.
Yeah, and you can hear Dakota also laughing extremely loudly like thunder, and Philip too as he trots proudly back to to Timmy.
I hung on longer than you thought I would. I bet.
That's fair. The last fellow, well, he couldn't even hang on throughout the rearing up.
So, see, look, I'm already doing better than the average. And I haven't even rode a horse before.
I'm pretty sure he didn't either. But he was a tall twink.
Winona, I have a feeling I know who you're talking about.
Yes?
Do I know who you're talking about?
Yes!
Oh my god.
Yeah, Jubilee fell on his ass when he tried to rile up Philip.
I love God, I cannot wait for Noodle to hear this. God. God, I can already imagine the teasing Timmy and Juby are gonna have over this. Oh god, my throat. Timmy gives a laugh and he's like, I would hate to be the poor prick who fell off before even finished rearing up.
Yeah. He he didn't even try to get back on Philip. He decided to walk.
To the shame of it.
But come on. Alright. This time for real. We'll start off with a trot and then we can gallop.
Timmy's gonna smile and goes, no, I wanna try again. Full force.
You wanna do full force again.
I mean, I did decent this time. I'll do better next time.
Alright. If you say so.
And this time, I'm gonna make a strength saving throw and see if Timmy can get himself up there.
Alright. Yeah, like Dakota leans on a hand. But nope. Philip they learned from the first time. They are able to easily climb up onto the back.
Yep. Timmy quickly pops up and then time to make those athletics again.
Mm-hmm.
Duality of man right there.
Philip does it again, and you probably are cocky enough to think, hey, I don't even need to hang on to Dakota, and that was your downfall.
Oh my gosh. I'm screenshotting that.
Like, you thought you had it for 1 second, you're a very cocky little bastard, and then, nope, I need to hang on, and fall right off her ass, somersault into the ground.
Oh my gosh. There's a pause before he sits up one more time, and you can tell he's a stubborn little shit. He doesn't even wait for you to offer. He's like, okay, again, come on. Got my pride on the line now. He's gonna. I love you, Winona. He's going to keep trying.
Go ahead.
He's
And
probably
also
taking
roll.
some damage at this point.
I mean, you could. Oh, I'll allow 1d8 damage. I mean, it makes sense. It was a nat 1. You know, the dice tell a story sometimes.
They do. God, I love these. I love them so much. Timmy,
Also, you can make an insight too.
I will make an insight. I will, in fact, make an insight. God, I'm still losing it over the. Okay, that's a 7. Timmy, my beloved. Come on, you could do better than this.
You know I'll give advantage. Alright, let's have fun
Yay!
here.
We're here to have fun. Yeah!
Yeah, say as you try to as you climb onto this horse again, you could see say Dakota is looking at you, and say they're smiling very fondly. However, with a 17, you see there's like a little blush on their cheeks.
Oh, baby. Timmy. Timmy doesn't know how to process that. God, you got the most disaster of a human being. God, okay. I'm so sorry to all my listeners, but I was told to do this in a situation similar to this. Timmy, God, I lower my head. Timmy, gives a grin. What? This is Pog.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I was told I had to.
It was perfect. And Dakota just burst out laughing.
Oh, God.
But you can tell that fondness, that little bit of likingness, is just that little bit of a crush. Definitely even grows a little bit more as they find you even more fondly.
God. Oh, God. Timmy, my beloved, I'm dying. I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw. How is he handling this? Timmy is not handling this. Timmy is starting to get a little embarrassed. He's fallen so often. Okay. I can do this. This time, I know not to let go. But I've managed to stay on every time. It's just, I can do this. And may I argue that he can roll with advantage this time because he's going to use Gus to basically use the wind to keep him up.
You know what? I will allow it.
Okay, I will say he does for a second have to pull out his sword though, because that's how he casts spells.
I mean, that's fine.
He pulls out his sword and he looks at it and he shakes a little thunderstorm in a
Sorry, I had to post it.
I'm sorry, the chip is killing me. The chip is killing me. Oh my god, that one-shotted me instantly.
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, Timmy rattles it around and goes, "This is my secret to victory." And he tucks the sword in his lap slightly so that it won't hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
But this way he can hold on with one hand. And now I get to roll with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
There we go!
There we go. Yeah. With the wind helping you and pushing you forward as this horse rears up one last time and gallops throughout the storm, you're able to hang on. And with learning how to relax and go with Philip's movements, you quickly adjust yourself from just relaxing from a trot to a gallop now, as it's even a little bit more rhythmistic than a trot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gallops are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Timmy lets out a cry of joy as he manages to stay on this time, and his bandana turns a brilliant yellow. I told you I could do it!
I knew you could, but you just had to have a little help.
That's not important here.
Kinda is, but I will allow it.
Fine. God, these two. I can't with them.
Yes. And Philip is going full speed. He is dashing. He is going 80. He's going 80 right now. So
Still not as fast as Timmy's dog. Fun fact about Timmy. He
which is
goes.
which is fair. I mean, he has.
I think it'd be funny.
Mm,
Actually, that gives me a funny idea. After they're done, and they start to slow down, Timmy goes, "You know, I could show you how I know my travel."
oh, sure.
We're gonna have to hop off. Philip, do you mind? I can't take two people. I definitely can't take a horse. I mean, I could try. That'd be interesting. You see him actually do like a little thinking. I mean, if you want, I could try and carry you.
Philip. Philip upon I'll carry you has his ears pinned back.
Okay, cool.
and
Definitely not gonna do that.
do you want to make an insight on Philip?
I will make an insight.
And he's actually gonna make a contesting deception. Dang.
Oh, barely.
Barely. No, there's nothing. No, this horse is fine. This horse is not going into slight parent mode.
God, I love them.
But say Dakota just gives it a pat. They know Philip. They can see through the deception. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. We're not gonna.
I will. You go.
I'm not gonna do anything reckless.
I promise you, we will be back within 6 seconds.
Philip Philip raises an eyebrow, but they allow it as Dakota gets off.
Timmy gives a smile, and this is a bit of his pride finally kicking in. And Timmy's going to be casting two spells. First is going to be Gale Step, followed by Zephyr Strike.
Nice.
And he is going to extend a hand towards Dakota.
Dakota
with
takes
a slight little bow.
Dakota smiles and takes the hand almost gracefully.
And Timmy smirks, and it takes about 6 seconds. And you travel 120 feet in a circle, carried by the wind alone.
Okay, I need to make a wisdom saving throw. You know, I'm giving them
Nat
disadvantage.
20.
I mean, I'm giving them disadvantage on this. They have never been this fast before.
There we go.
Thank you, Dice Parser. I appreciate the 20, but I really want this gag to go off. As they travel that fast, like, you could tell that they are completely fine with it. Like, in a way, it's like they are completely not, like scared or anything. But by the end of this, they are definitely clinging on to, like, they're clinging on to Timmy because they're just not used to moving that fast. It's just like they're not afraid of the magic, but it's just like holy shit.
I will tell you, Timmy, almost instinctively, the moment he starts to move, holds them so that they won't take like any. Because when he stops, he probably stops just far enough that the thunder damage doesn't. Well, technically, thunder damage is from blades, but we're not gonna.
We're not. Yeah, you're fine with that.
The thunder doesn't even hurt Philip's ears, but You can tell the way Timmy does this. He's helped somebody else move this fast before. He knows how to make sure other people don't get hurt by the zoom.
Yeah,
And
and
he just lets out a loud laugh. Not as smooth as traveling by horse, I bet, but it's definitely fast.
you could say that again. That was definitely fast.
Timmy lets out a loud laugh. Look at that. I think no, no. Now see, Philip, I brought her back. I brought them back. See, look. And he holds up his hands a piece.
Philip just rolls their eyes and turns away.
Oh, now, hey, don't be mean to me, Phil.
He does it to
And
everyone. Don't worry.
you can tell there's this lightheartedness to the kid. Come on, Philip, look at me in the eyes. Don't, don't be an ass. Come on.
Philip just his tail just flicks you in the face.
Timmy gives a laugh and stumbles back, but there's still that yellow in his bandana.
Again, he could be like that. He'll be like that to everyone and anyone. He's just a stubborn old stallion.
Uh, eh, nothing wrong with having somebody stubborn in your life. Especially if, like you said, stuck by you. That's good.
Mhm. Yeah. Stuck by me my whole life. But you can't say can't be with everyone all the time though. It's nice to get away every once in a while.
Definitely. And it's actually why was out here. Uh, Needed a break from everything, so I just headed out and found the storm. Kind of glad I did though.
Yeah. I was actually on a different mission than I saw the storm, and a lot of things also have been getting on my mind and wanting to clear my head too.
Well, I hope your mind is a bit clearer now.
Yeah, it is. Glad I hit this. I'm glad I got the storm. Found the storm.
Just your honor, I'm holding them so gently.
I have no right to ask, but say, what were you running from?
I'm gonna make a deception. I'm gonna make a deception, and you can make an insight to contest it.
Yep, not bad.
Barely.
Barely.
Timmy's face freezes, and he does good in covering it up. His face kind of becomes a bit expressionless, except for a smile. Ah, nothing really. But you watch as the blue creeps into his bandana again, and you can tell that's not true. It just some stuff I've been dealing with for a while. Needed to clear my head away from all of it.
Dakota just sort of rolls their shoulder and stuff. You know, sometimes it's better to talk to someone about it. Have a different point of view on stuff.
You're the second person who's told me that this week, actually. A lot of people keep telling me that.
I mean, I'm not gonna push you, of course. I've had a really fun time here, but it's true. I've been learning it the hard way too.
Uh, he looks at you and is quiet for a moment. Well, I mean, if you ever you or Philip ever need to get anything off your shoulders, you can always find me where the storms may be. I have a tendency to be near them. If not, I guess I'm staying at Villlestown for a little bit. It's complicated. I don't know. I've never really been stayed at a place for past couple years, so
Me
we'll see
neither.
how long it lasts.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually heading towards Villlestown too.
You were?
Yeah.
Um, he looks up at the sky, and the storm is starting to clear slightly. Well, I mean, we can always head back same time.
I mean, yeah.
Better to
I'm.
travel in a group.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's just I don't travel with many people other than Philip, and most people think it's slow since I can't tune fast travel. Jump.
Oh, don't get Tomb fast travel's so overrated. I mean, maybe I'm a bit biased. I've used it occasionally. I know. And he starts sweating a bit nervously. I definitely used it last week to get someplace real quick.
Nice.
But uh it's it's useful, but you can't really see the sights. But I understand. It gives me a chance to I need to train a bit more before I head back, and honestly, I'm not the most keen on heading back anyways.
I mean, not really too. Mainly just because I don't know. I don't know. I like hanging with you.
Timmy takes a moment to process that, and he rubs the back of his neck. I enjoyed this actually. Haven't done anything like that before, and God, gods know the last time I laughed like that.
Yeah, same here. After all the crying I've been doing, it's nice to actually start laughing.
He looks at you a bit worriedly. I'm not gonna cry, but crying? I hope whatever it is, it's better now.
Technically, yes. I just thought I lost someone, and they apparently did not fake their death, and they're back around.
I'm gonna make an insight. I'm gonna make an insight. And then I'm probably gonna have to make a wisdom after that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, they're both the same modifier. I'll just roll twice. If I can actually roll. Wow. Wow, Timmy, just wow. Just wow.
Uh-huh.
Just wow. Okay. Um, just wow.
You know, I'm not looking. I'm
Okay.
not looking. I'm not looking right now.
Um, no, I can work with this. I can work with this. I can work with this. It takes him a good solid God, I'm gonna have to steal that from the gallery. Yeah. Timmy takes a good solid moment before he goes, that's uh, I'd have someone like that had the same thing happen to me recently. And you, I'm gonna make a deception. Please have a decent roll in this. Actually, don't have a decent roll. We need you to fail this one, Timmy.
I mean, we can
Thank
automatically.
you.
Yeah.
I like the dice. The dice help me sometimes.
I
Um,
mean,
and,
Dakota does
and then
have
sometimes
a
I ignore
passive
them.
16 insight, so.
So we're good. Timmy's face gets angry at that, and you see red creep into his bandana. But you also notice that gray, which had kind of disappeared while you guys were having fun, comes back and takes over most of his bandana.
Dakota sees this. I'm I'm not happy technically still either. Like, I'm glad he's alive, but still mad that he never even tried to reach out to us and to so we could even help him. What happened in well, what happened in paradise?
You see Timmy freeze. I'm not gonna even roll on that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, Dakota is slowly trying to say, yeah, we basically know the same person.
And you watch as that entire bandana turns gray. And his face. I'm gonna make one roll because I want to see how one thing is handled. Okay.
hmm
His entire face goes completely neutral. And he looks at you for a moment. You also know Jubilee Yukon, don't you?
Dakota nods. Yeah, I do.
I'm guessing you met him before? Before now? Before today? A while ago?
Yeah, I had some choice words to say to him. Like I said, I'm still angry and no insight needed. Their eyes are full of pain and heartache. It's just it's gonna still take for me to get used to what he did. What
You
he
don't even know the half of it.
I'm probably right.
Listen, I don't know how long you've known him. How long have you known him?
I've known him for a while. Maybe I don't know. Not a year yet, but
Okay, so recent. Okay. I'm gonna tell you something about Jubilee. I'm glad he knows people now. I'm glad he's making connections. Please don't talk to me about him.
Dakota nods.
And there's this cold anger in his voice. Please.
Dakota
There's a
nods.
pause. I'm sorry. You go.
Dakota nods at that. I did not know how to say. He told me a little about you. I'm very happy I met you. But
There's a. You go.
but I understand about family not getting a well too
We're not
much.
family.
Dakota
He's
gives Dakota gives a
just.
silent nod as no need for insight or perception. You could see they're rubbing their arms.
God. I want Timmy to ask, but I know he's not in the state to. God. Timmy might bring it up in a minute. Timmy might bring it up in a minute.
Mhm.
Timmy looks and goes, "So, you talked to him about me before?"
Only once. Just not too long ago.
Not
Did
to.
he
God.
he never
I
mentioned
have
you
to.
and he never
You go.
mentioned you until now.
Timmy lets out a laugh and is the most hollow sound. Of course. Makes sense. Makes sense. God, the bastard. Acts like I don't exist. 5 heckin' years. And then what happens? I show up. And then God, of course, of course, of course. You God, I bet you call me his brother, didn't he? Bastard. But he doesn't even know what that word means anymore. If he does, he sure doesn't know what it means to me. And it sure, or I sure don't apply to it anymore.
Dakota's silent as they listen to all this. I can under fully understand your anger, and I'm sorry I brought it up. You are, let's say, you're not nothing to me. You're you're a wonderful person.
Timmy is quiet. And I'm gonna make him make an insight real quick. Yes, this is exactly what I needed. There's a pause, and he's quiet. And he doesn't know if he can believe that. In fact, he doesn't believe it. But he does ask one question. Did you only come looking for me because of him? You said you were going for someplace else and then saw a storm. I know him. I know what he says about me. Did you only even come near this place because of him?
No, not because of him. I say I wanted to see you for myself. He didn't even know I was gonna go even towards Villlestown.
There's a pause in Timmy's eyes, and we're gonna make an insight again, please. I need it to be decent this time for healing. Oh,
I mean, yeah, I say Dakota is not lying, even
I
with
know
average.
Dakota isn't lying. I also know Timmy's personal.
I'm not looking.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking. I'm
I'm
not
not
looking.
looking.
We're giving it one more time.
I'm not looking
Guys!
again. I'm not looking again.
Guys!
I'm not looking again.
Winona, my beloved, my Winona, my beloved. If it's below a 10 again, I can't ignore it. God, okay. I don't know how to process any of these rolls. These are all so on the edge. You know, I can work with this. I can work with this. Timmy, for a second, you see a bit of light blue creep into that bandana. And for a second, it seems like he is going to agree with you. But then the gray is back. But it's. He doesn't disbelieve you. But he's quiet for a moment.
Dakota
Maybe we'll. You know,
Dakota is still rubbing their arms even more furiously, sort of now. You could definitely, without insight, you could definitely tell they're a bit uncomfortable. It's just like you're thinking that they sort of made them do this, and that you could definitely tell it's just like there's something else underneath there.
Timmy is quiet for a moment before he takes a deep breath. Are you okay? You didn't get hurt
I've
while I was showing you the running, right?
No, no. This is a pain that I have been holding ever since I was born. And Dakota takes off one of the bracers on their arms, a leather one, and rolls up their sleeve as they show marks along their skin. And those aren't natural, like, trading marks. I do what I want. No one tells me what to do anymore.
Timmy is deathly quiet as he looks. And I need to make a wisdom saving throw for that. Timmy doesn't know what to say, but you do see a bit of concern in his face. The bandana doesn't change, but there is concern there.
Dakota is
Are
quiet.
you safe now?
Huh?
Are you safe now?
Yes, I've been, like I told you, I've been running for a very long time. And yeah, I'm safe.
He's quiet. I'm glad. I. You seem like a nice person. You really do.
You do too.
I.
You do
I
too.
hope there's a pause before he smiles. I'm glad. I'm glad I do. I'm glad I do. That's good. After all, the prodigy of Raven. What else could you expect?
Dakota gives a tiny smile at that and puts down their sleeve, puts back on their bracer, and goes over to him and shakes their head. I don't give a damn about Raven. I give a damn about you, Timmy. Stop comparing yourself to him.
What? What? Oh, me, the player going what? I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw on disadvantage because I have emotions. Ah, there is this pause, and God, we need a deception to go with that. That's going to be a straight deception, though. Yo, yeah.
Yeah.
There's this pause, and at first he seems a bit defensive when you say you don't care about Raven. But then you finish that statement, and there's something in his eyes, this flash of emotion, and he trembles slightly. I, 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 thank you. He
Dakota,
doesn't know what to say, but you can tell he is shaking as he tries to process those words.
Dakota again keeps up with a smile and sort of ruffles his hair as he she brings him closer to where their foreheads touch. Trust me, you are worth it.
There is a moment before their foreheads gently touch, and then Timmy takes a deep breath, and I gotta make one last saving throw. God, Timmy. I don't even know what I want. I gotta see what the dice say for this one. I don't know how it's gonna go. That's a dirty 20. Timmy takes in a shaky breath and he relaxes slightly. Okay. He doesn't have a lot to say. He doesn't know what to say, but he doesn't yank away. He doesn't run. He just stands there for a moment with this person who's still a stranger to him, but who has understood something he couldn't say out loud for once. For once, someone has understood it.
Dakota gives a little nod. We're both maybe a little bit broken, but we are both again worth it. And I've been trying to teach myself that for the very longest of time. I don't give a care about anyone else, but when I meet someone new, I try to make connections with them. I maybe I'm now just rambling now, but
There's a
you're
laugh. There's nothing wrong with the ramp.
yeah. But you're okay. I know we just met, but please just be yourself.
There's a moment before Timmy, and I, the player who needs to have at least some character development happen over an period of time, he takes in a shaky breath. And he takes a step back. I already am. And you don't need to make an insight to realize he doesn't lie on purpose.
Hmm. Dakota gives it a little nod. And sort of looks up at the sky now.
I will tell you the storm has almost completely cleared away.
Hmm. Storm's
It's
gone.
only light right now. You go.
No, Dakota just mumbles. Storm's gone, it looks like.
Well, I guess that's where we make our leave. You can head back. You can find Juby pretty easy if you head towards Villlestown.
I wasn't
Since you
fine.
know
I wasn't looking for Juby.
who are you looking for?
Leo. Leo's the name.
You see him smile slightly. There's a fondness in that smile that you haven't actually seen for anybody he's talked about yet. Ah, Leo. And then just because I'm being a little mischievous, there's a bit of a slight protective glint. You better be nice to that one.
I'm usually nice to all people.
Oh, I hope you make an exception for Jubilee.
Oh, don't. Hey, you remember that guy I was talking about who could
No way.
Yeah, Dakota smells. Yes.
God, I can't wait to lord that over him.
Yeah.
When
I don't need to go right away. I don't mind being with you for a little bit longer. But if you want me to leave, I will.
oh God, I know what the Timmy Muse wants to say, and it hurts my heart. There's a God, Timmy, why you were doing so good in my brain. We're making a wisdom saving throw. We're making a wisdom saving throw because I want the dice to tell me Timmy is wrong. Oh, okay. We're gonna listen to the dice. Timmy pauses. And you see him look away. And his hand moves to rub the back of his neck before it falls, and he grabs it and he rubs his shoulder. Whichever you prefer. I don't think I'm heading back to Villlestown for a couple of hours.
Dakota,
Let me turn the light off.
see, Dakota looks at him. All right. I prefer to be with you for a couple more hours then.
There is a pause. All right, then. I can hang around.
Dakota smiles at
And he
that.
smiles at you.
And Dakota smiles back fondly. So, do you like sparring by chance?
Timmy lets out a small smile. I actually really do. Is that a challenge?
I mean, do you want me to go easy on you? Because Philip doesn't have to get into the sparring, but.
Oh, I think I could take both of you easily. I
Oh,
bet on it.
you think you can you? And
Oh, yeah.
and Philip trots over because he was hanging back for a little bit, but then now he trots over with a smirk.
I think I could take both of you easily.
All right, if that's what you wish, as Dakota gets on to Phillip.
There, I'm guessing this is where we're gonna end it.
Yeah.
There is a smile from Timmy, and I mentioned it's still lightly raining.
Mhm.
He looks at you both. Let's begin, and you watch as he disappears.
Dakota smirks at that. Ah, let's begin indeed as they get out their sword.
And that's where our scene will end, with these two having a friendly spar. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the finale. This camera pans away, and that is the ending for these two.
Mhm. Indeed. That was good.
That was good. There was some decent amount of fluff, some decent amount of angst. I said pog. I God.
Yes,
I hope
indeed.
all of you who told me to do that, you know who you are, feel proud of yourself right now.
Yes. And I am so proud of you too.
Oh God, thank you. I'm glad to know I'm being enabled on all ends.
Yes,
Hi,
indeed.
smile down there, Doodle.
Mhm. Indeed. But thank you all for listening in here and in the future. I hope you have a great time zone. Bye bye.